Hello grade 7s, welcome to lesson 23. Today we'll be looking at methods of physical separation. Now I've given you some notes on these three methods and you've done some exercises on them. I am going to now demonstrate activity 3, which is to separate a mixture of sand and water. So let's quickly look at what filtration is. It's a process that is used to separate an insoluble solid from a liquid. The word insoluble means that the solid does not dissolve in the liquid. Now, we'll use a filter that lets the liquid particles through, but not the solid particles. So in this way, filtration is similar to sieving. So the bigger particles will remain behind, in that case being the sand, and the water, being the smaller particles, will pass through. Sand is insoluble in water, so if we want to separate a mixture of sand and water, we can use a funnel and filter paper. Filter paper is a material that has very small spaces that lets the water particles through, but not the sand particles. So if we have a look here, you have your apparatus, which is the things that you'll need. So filter paper, a plastic cool drink bottle, mixture of sand and water in a beaker or a jar, and scissors, followed by the method. So I will demonstrate the steps in the method, then you will watch this video and you will do observations and conclusions. Number 1, you're going to record all your observations. Observations, remember, is exactly what you have seen. You describe in detail. Number 2, you explain in detail how you separated this mixture. So how was the mixture separated? Question 3, you draw a conclusion from this experiment. So what did you find out? The conclusion, what did you find out? Remember, a conclusion always relates back to a hypothesis. Now remember, we didn't have a specific hypothesis in this particular experiment, but if we did, the hypothesis would be an educated guess of what would happen. Remember, we are filtering a mixture of sand and water. What do you expect to happen? Then in your conclusion, you're going to explain what happened. Part 4, suggest some examples of how we use filtration in the home. I want to quickly show you the apparatus that we are using. So filter paper, that would be this here. You also need a plastic cool drink bottle that you are going to cut, a mixture of sand and water in a beaker or a jar, and a pair of scissors. So step 1, cut through the bottle about 1/3 of the way down from the top, which I've already done, so that you have a funnel there and you have the bottom half. Step 2, fold the filter paper and form a cone as you learnt in grade 5. Now some of the filter papers actually come in a cone shape already, like this one does. If it's just a flat one, you would fold it into a cone. Then step 3, set up your filter funnel and insert the filter paper cone. So you insert the funnel that we've made, into the bottom half of the bottle. Then step 4, I'm going to pour the mixture into the funnel, the mixture of sand and water. Be careful not to let it overflow over the top of the filter paper. Now, this experiment is going to take a bit of time because I'm going to let the mixture filter, and hopefully in a few minutes we'll have water at the bottom and sand left at the top. So let's begin. Okay, so let's see what happens. The tiny drops. Okay, so you can pour as much of the mixture as you wish, as long as there is a combination of the sand and the water. Now you can already see, if you observe carefully, that we have water filtering through the bottom. Now, if we wait long enough, so I'm going to leave the experiment to go for a little while, there will be more water at the bottom and sand left at the top. Okay, let's see how it goes at the end. Alright, looking at the progress of our filter, there's a little bit more water down at the bottom, a lot more sand at the top. So if I leave it for long enough, we'll have a lot more water at the bottom.